Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to show 250. This will be chapter 13, my personal testimony. As you may recall, we were in Bolivia, right? I was with the Children of God sect or cult, as a underling, as a peon, serving the Lord, and serving David Berg, the prophesied prophet of Ezekiel 34, who is unite the children of God in the world in the time of the end. Okay. Anyway, David Berg is no longer with us. God bless his soul. He did some nice things, but you can't worship man. I found that out. The man worship is not in with Jesus. We just need to worship God. Okay. Men are not worth worshiping. They'll fail you. Your enthusiasm will turn into disillusionment. Your illusion will turn into disillusion eventually. Okay, ladies and gents, so I was with the sister. We recall that they would make us, they had a quota, and we had to sell a certain amount of Mo letters, from David Berg, his letters to the general public there in Santa Cruz, Bolivia. But it was getting kind of scarce because, after a while, what happens is that, how much can Santa Cruz is a small town, and how much can you really, after a while you seen everybody's seen you, so so that's the situation with that. So anyway, we were there, and faithful soldiers, but it was getting rough, and you weren't allowed to get back to the house till 12 midnight. You had to, after 7 p.m., which was dinner time, you had to call in every hour, on the hour, like 8, 9, see if you got your quota. And if you didn't get your quota by 12 midnight, then what would happen is that they would let you come back in a merciful gesture, so you don't, wake up in the streets. So that's what happened with that. And me and Amanecer, the beautiful Chilena, was there, and we were going out trying, and very hard, and it was getting very rough, very dry. So one day we were walking by the downtown Santa Cruz in the daytime. I think it was around, early evening, 4ish. And there was a restaurant bar called La Pascana, which was a rich people's hangout, and there was a lot of tourists, not tourists, but there was foreigners. There was oil, Bolivia has oil, and there was an oil company from Canada. And a lot of these oil guys, they when they're on their time out, they would go to Santa Cruz and hang out, and they would all hang out at the Pascana and get drunk and eat good food and check out the beautiful, exuberant jungle bunnies in Santa Cruz, Bolivia. Very liberal too, So them sex was like sharing an empanada, no big deal. Anyway, that's what happened. And so we were walking by there, and the sister, she was very, she would jump to things. She wouldn't think. She was just she was very good, like that, very daring. So they had security people at the door. They wouldn't let any riffraff in this Pascana, but she was kind of cute and dressed nicely, and she just weaseled her way into La Pascana. There was tables outside, like a Paris restaurant, with tables outside and outdoors and stuff like that. And she saw a Canadian gentleman, oil guy, drinking alone. And she went up and offered him one of our pamphlets, and of course she probably asked him for a donation. And he kind of liked her, and he said, "Why don't you call your friend over there? Whatever his name is, Julio or Pedro or Pablo or Manuel, who the hell cares? Call your friend over there, and I'll invite you guys to eat and drink with me, so I won't have to eat and drink alone." So we proceeded to enter. We were so happy. The guy was so cool, Canadian, real nice guy, man. And we were drinking Paseña beer. Paseña beer is one of the best beers in South America, because Germans went to Bolivia, in the Second World War, and that's why Bolivia had such good beer, strong alcohol, delicious Paseña beer. We were drinking. You could get drunk over that shit. So we were there drinking Paseña beer and eating. And in Bolivia, it's a lot of cattle, cebu, You know, these hump cattle, you know, with the hump. A lot of cattle in Bolivia, so they eat good meat. Not like in Peru. In Peru, they eat meat that looks like the sole of a shoe, you know, very thin. But in Bolivia, man, the steaks and oh man, he wined and dined us. It was so beautiful. We were drinking, and we were pretty much getting plastered, okay, and worried about what the fuck are we gonna do. We were getting drunk, and we didn't have the quota, and we didn't call the house. Anyway, so then the Canadian guy, he says, look, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. So he went to the bathroom to go take a leak. And when he proceeded to go to the bathroom, the sister, she told me, listen, when he comes back, you go to the bathroom. And I'm going to ask him for a donation. But I'd rather you not around. I'll ask him for a donation, and you go to the bathroom. So that's exactly what happened. And he came back. I went to the bathroom. I came back, and you know, and then under the table, she was touching my knee, and I look, and there was $100 bill, man, $100 bill. So we were so fucking happy. Then we thought, you know, we planned to meet him another day, which I don't think we did, but we kept doing that Pascana deal because wow, we didn't have to hustle. We could just hustle the Canadians. You know, they were so friendly and they were very generous, very generous. So yeah, so then we left, and when we got to the house, it was like 11 p.m. or something. You know, we knocked on the door, and the shepherd, you know, the shepherd, the cracker, he'd be cracking the whip. If we didn't get our quota, he'd be cracking the whip, that cracker. And he was from Argentina. And then, so, you know, he opened the door, and he smelled the alcohol, because you could smell it like a mile away, you know. I mean, even the mosquitoes would stay away from us. And he slammed the door in our face. He slammed the door in our face. And the girl, the sister, she said, no, wait, look. And she started waving the $100 bill. And he let us in so fucking fast. He was a French. He let us in so darn fast. And he cooked for us. And he said, from now on, Julio, that would be me, the hippie pastor, and amanecer, no more dishwashing, no more house duties. They can sleep late. Man, all the other all the other brothers and sisters were a little jealous, you know. But we got special treatment, man. And then we started a thing with amanecer, was going out instead of hustling, trying to sell pamphlets to the poor people. We would go straight. We'd make a beeline for the Pascana and look for gringos and and get good donations. And so they ended up being very happy with us. But a situation which I need to talk about, which was starting to happen within the organization, within the children of God, within the family of love. David Berg, the prophet, he came up with a new ministry called Flirty Fishing. You might want to take note, Flirty Fishing. And what was Flirty Fishing in essence, in short, was offering sex, you know, using sex as a tool to win disciples to Jesus Christ. So through sex, or you didn't even have to go all the way. I mean, just using your sexual attributes, you know, flirting and sex appeal and getting sexy, and also going to bed, sleeping, going all the way. He said it was like the cross of Jesus, you know, being willing to be nailed to the cross for the glory of God. And oh man, I was like, I don't know, I must have been like, what, I was like 23 or something years old, man. I was horny as a motherfucker. and Santa Cruz was full of babes, beautiful babes. And we're going to be talking about this ministry of flirty fishing. Go find yourself some fish, you little flirty fish.